So Gabe Daniel here with Coach McConnell. It was a big win last night, but obviously the early morning quick turnaround. What's going to be the biggest key heading into this game?
Keep our heads and then get us a good start right off the hop, good warm-up. But they got the sleep they needed, and yeah, it's better than 10 o'clock, so everything considered, we'll be good.
And then when it comes to a game like this, does it being the first team to wake up, is that typically what the biggest key is into it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, both teams are tired. Everybody kind of deals with the same thing. So if you're dealing with it, they are too. So battle through it. And again, like you say, it affects more than anything. I think that just the heads. So we just want to stay mentally strong, and that's been our focus going forward for a while.
And then with yesterday's first period, obviously that was a little bit of a slower one. What is the team going to have to do differently heading into it?
So now we know their game. And then we adjusted really well, and I think that knowing what they're going to do, we just come out and go right off the hop with the plays we want to make. Again, control the puck, control the zone. They're going to give us the zone, good defensive zone positioning, shots on net. Took us a while to start getting shots. Took us a while to know we could just take the zone. So starting with that, and getting it rolling.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Gabe.
Shot, he scores! This game is over.
Good morning and welcome from the Holland Ice Arena here inside Baxter Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. Gabe Daniel alongside Ryan Cartman for the final regular season game of the season, as it's Kansas looking to end off on a high note against the Omaha Mavericks, where things were a little slow to start out that first period, and then Kansas really answered in that second and then just carried all of that momentum with them into the third, and that's going to be the biggest key. It's also the first of the last, especially for the seniors on this team, Mitch Miles and Cole Walsh, and then I guess myself on the mic, as, again, it's their last regular season game. And then, of course, you want to end off on that high note to carry that momentum into the Matcha Conference playoffs, where Kansas will be facing WashU at 11 a.m. next Friday on the 9th. And then I'm not sure what time the game is at, but it will be Omaha taking on Missouri. So, again, just shows you how good this Matcha Conference is, especially in regards to the amount of competition that'll be there.
Yeah, especially this Matcha Silver Central game. Really a strong conference. Teams like Dort and UNO, like these guys too. Lots of good teams, lots of good competition, and yeah, you're right. Got off to a slow start in that first period. Man, the Jayhawks kicked in that second period. The forecheck started to get going, and of course, out of everybody who could be, it's Tyler Nelson who took over and eventually ended up getting a hat trick.
Yeah, especially Nelson last week in 2 hat tricks. Last night he had 2 goals, came really, really close to getting that third one. But looks like we're going to go ahead and jump right into the starting lineup. So no change for Kansas. It's going to be that starting 5 of Caleb Dusso, Tyler Nelson, and Griffin Barker up front. Back at that blue line, it's going to be Zach Robertson, Blake Hearn, who have really started to mesh together. And then it looks like on the Omaha end of things, it's going to be Kozel, Howell, Sachs, Savoy, and Huppy.
No Logan Mercier today. Started for UNO. Probably one of the most dangerous players on that team.
And then in goal, I believe it'll be Kyle Wernley. As again, we'll wait to get the confirmation from the PA announcer. I wasn't fortunate enough to get the lineup for today. But again, talking to Coach, another big key is going to be the first team to wake up. You know, it was a quick turnaround. You know, both teams got about the same amount of sleep, but either way, it's an early game, 10 a.m., so.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of tired legs out there, Gabe. Probably going to be a little bit slow in the back check and forward check for both these teams. But I think it's just whoever gets control of this opening faceoff really could dictate how the flow of this game goes. Need Mitch Miles in there to make some big saves, and yeah, I think we're getting ready for the national anthem right now.
So we'll take a quick pause here and then be back for puck drop right after. As both teams head back to the bench, get the helmet strapped back on. A couple last words from the coaches before we begin this early Saturday morning action.
Yeah, Gabe, this is what the guys live for right here. Just trying to go into the playoffs with any sort of momentum they can. Obviously, got some big games coming up. I think you're not looking to that Missouri game because you still got the playoffs in the way, but that's the next really big, meaningful game on the schedule in terms of just who you're playing. So that'll be a lot of fun. And, again, should be going here starting with both first lines for the Jayhawks. So looking at any momentum they can. See how the legs look. Really, these first opening minutes are going to dictate how this game turns out, I think, how we see these legs.
Again, the key players to look out for are Zach Hoffman on the Omaha side of things, having a phenomenal year. And then Tyler Nelson for the Jayhawks, just carrying that momentum.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Heck of a start to his collegiate career, especially for the Waldorf Warriors. And I want to send a special shout out to Cade Friedhoff, studying abroad, as he's in the comment section right now, tuning in from Prague. Friedhoff, a player on this team, as he's really missed right now. So I want to thank him for tuning in. As the Mavericks have it, they'll start play from back behind their own net. The headman pass able to connect over to Kozel, and it's going to be a quick 3-on-1. Kozel shooting, and a save made by Miles early on. And a stoppage with 19:35 remaining here in period number 1.
I mean, 3-on-1 breakaway right there for Omaha. Jayhawks a little slow to get on the back check there, but first 25 seconds, see how the legs settle here.
So the face-off won by Kansas, sent up to Barker, who tried to get it out of the zone, cleared it, couldn't get it out, and the Mavericks forced it back in. So it'll be played around to do so, held in there by Sachs. His shot unable to get on net. And it's a backdoor pass. On the doorstep was Huppy, couldn't get a shot off. And it's going to bank off the boards and find its way over to Kozel. He's going to walk it under the goal line, curling around the net, looking for an open shot, and he'll try to play it right off Miles, and it goes back into the corner and left for Nelson. He played it to Roberts. Roberts up and out to Duso. Duso sent it to center. And then Kansas will get a change as it's going to be walked in there by Sennett. Blockered away by Miles. Picked up there by Zolek. Zolek throwing it back in. Roberts on it now for the Jayhawks. He was able to get it out of the zone. It's sent out, but goes far enough for an icing. And that'll stop things with 18:38 left to go.
Yeah, big thing I like for the Jayhawks right now, Gabe, is that Mitch Miles again to see a lot of shots clearly. Not much traffic in front of him. Demon are doing a good job of keeping those shooting lanes clear so he could see what's going on, make sure he's not screened.
So the face-off will take place to the left of Mitch Miles. As it's controlled by Kansas, but quickly getting to that corner was Casiopo, and it's sent out. As it's Paul trying to play it over to Casiopo. Siddons on it now. Puck was boggling up in the air, and then Casiopo will just back in it into the zone. Schubert now around to Hearn. Hearn off the glass, sent it away, just unable to get it out. And Paul has it from the point, shot right to the glove of Miles, and another whistle. So another slow start for the Jayhawks here in that first period. It looks like Omaha starting to take control of the zone time just a little bit.
Yeah, KU just had iced the puck in their last possession. I think just got tired legs out there. Speaking of Zach Schubert, I don't know if you guys brought it up last on the broadcast. We got the Zach Schubert fan club in front of us here. So get pretty loud if he gets any magic going on, any scoring.
Played around to Feeney, held in the zone by the Mavericks as it's Kozel trying to fight it in. Breyer took it away. Now it's going to be Mercier on it. Played back around. Held in by Paul. Arister through traffic on the rebound, and they score. So it's a 1-0 Omaha lead with 17:48 left to go. And that was Mercier getting on the board.
Yeah, easy rebound there for Mercier to corral. Mitch just let that one go. Nobody was there in front of Mercier. Just, I think, snuck in behind the net there. Got lost behind the traffic in front of the net. And you can't ask for an easier goal for Logan Mercier.
So that was a great job by Miles. He was trying to kick that puck to the corner, but unfortunately Mercier was right there, and he was able to capitalize. So this face-off controlled by the Mavericks. They'll wrist it in right away, and Miles will shelter that one, and we get a whistle.
Another D-zone face-off for the Jayhawks. Just got to find any way to get that puck into your offensive zone right now. Had very limited, if any, offensive zone time so far this game.
So Barker to take the draw. It was won back over to Howell. Played back around now. Schubert off the boards, getting it up over to Duso. Duso, the head man up to Barker. Barker had a piece of it. Lost control, and he'll get it into the zone as it was pinched against the Omaha bench. Now back over to Breyer. Cross man to Schubert. Duso again. Saucered over, intended for Barker, and it's going to be a battle to get it loose. Barker able to move around a man, lost control of the puck, so it's going to be Mercier trying to get a headman pass up for Kozel, and a great job there by Schubert to get in front of it. Miles played it up over to Breyer. It's going to be left for Nelson. He's going to curl back around, and then under the goal line, he'll just toss it to the other corner for Schubert. Up to Duso. Duso trying to find Nelson. Finds his way to Barker, and it'll be lofted into the zone. Hit up front there by Fours, and Fours will walk it up. He has it on the right side. He tries to take a shot, and then a big open ice hit there by Gerber, as that's going to get the puck over to Walsh. He tried to find it up back over to Gerber, and this could be Medina sending it up. Saucered over to Hoffman. Played off the boards by Van Heerden, who got it up, but the Mavericks get it right back. Huppy with it for the Mavericks at center ice. He finds Hoffman streaking into the zone. A shot just left of the net. As it's Medina now. Medina skating it up, try to make a move around one man, still had control of the puck before it goes far enough into the corner, and it's going to get pressured off there by Williams. Played around over to Hoffman. The headman pass interrupted, so it finds its way over to Walsh. He'll cross it to Van Heerden. Van Heerden trying to get it to Barker, and sent back in. Walsh to Van Heerden. Van Heerden was able to kick it to his feet. So Nessa will get the headman pass up over to Feeney, and he's going to separate himself. Feeney shoots, and a kick save made by Wernley. Now Nessa with it. He's going to have it pressured against the boards there in the corner. Working with it. Held in by Siddons. Threw it in, tipped up front by Feeney, not on net. So it's going to go back around. And then at the hash marks, it'll be Zolek with it. Zolek playing it around. This will catch a headman pass. Went a little too far, so it's going to be picked up by Roberts. Roberts with it once more across to Siddons. And now Siddons will skate it in. As it's dumped around, sent to the left corner. And then held in by Roberts once more. Couldn't get full control of the puck. So it's going to be skated up there by Mercier and taken by Dusso. Feeney, a backhand pass, connects to Siddons. Siddons will loft that one into the right corner. That finishes the line change for Kansas, and Dusso's going to work there in the corner, trying to get it loose for the Jayhawks. He'll shelter to Breyer. Breyer faked it, and now he's just going to pass it to Dusso at the hash marks, trying to walk his way in. As he's back behind the net, send it up front to Gerber. Dusso on the back door. He scores! And we're tied at 1 with 14:07 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, great job by that first line there, Gabe, to finish off that scoring position. But really, I want to give credit to that second line, that Siddons, Feeney line. They really pressured that puck into the offensive zone and left that puck there for that first line change. Great job there, especially by John Feeney. I feel like keeping the puck in at the blue line and really just keeping the pressure on these Mavericks. Now we got a brand new game, 1-1 with just over 14 minutes to go. Brand new hockey game.
So the face-off sent back over to Breyer. He'll play it off the boards up to Griffin Barker, who threw it into the corner. As it's played back around over to Howell. Some great pressure there by Breyer allowed Barker to get the puck over to Nelson, and Nelson's just going to try to walk his way in. He throws a shot on net. Finds the glove of Wernley. And a stoppage with 13:48 left to go.
Yeah, Gabe, feels like this last minute and a half or so, momentum's really changed. Jayhawks had a lot of offensive zone time in these last couple minutes. Maybe looking for a little change of momentum here.
So this face-off controlled by the Mavericks. They try to get it out, but it's going to be held in by Schubert. Backhanded off the glass and sent to the corner as this can be played around. Mercier's headman pass, able to get it up over to Huppy. Stripped away there by Schubert. Got it to do so, and it's going to be left for Nelson. Now Nelson coasting down on the right side. He's going to go under the goal line. Nelson getting pressured back behind the net as they're fighting to get the puck loose. Nelson finally free up front, trying to settle it down. And it's going to be in the corner. Dusso got a piece of it, but it'll be Huppy for the Mavericks, able to loft it out. Sent right over to Schubert. He was able to win the battle there against Hoffman as it's left for Nelson. Spinning off a hit, a nice little reverse, and a few words exchanged to Paul. As it's played in to Breyer.
Gabe, Jayhawks right now doing a really great job in the neutral zone, causing a lot of havoc, a lot of turnovers. Big change from the first 4 minutes or so of this game.
So the Jayhawks having to get back on side as Medina has it. He'll settle it for Walsh across to Van Heerden. Unable to catch the pass there as it's going to be Gerber with it. So Gerber putting some pressure back there on fours as it's going to be sent up intended for Mercier. as it's in the corner. Sent up to Medina, lost control of it. Now it's going to be O'Laughlin with it. He was able to block that pass, and then Miles just jumping right on top of that one. And we get a stoppage with 12:05.
Yeah, it was a probably necessary stoppage for both teams there. It gave about 2 or 3 minutes of uninterrupted hockey. I think both teams appreciate just a little breather right now.
Walsh with it, trying to play it up, held in there, and a wrister from the point, not on net. The backhand shot by Casiopo. Turned aside by Miles, and Feeney with the rebound, try to find it up over to Nessa. Now Luke Nessa makes a nice move walking in, got hauled down a little bit, and Kansas wanting a penalty there for a potential trip, but it's going to be Van Heerden holding the line. The Mavericks clear it. And then right at center ice, it'll be Walsh throwing it back in. So it's picked up by Feeney. He'll just use his backhand there to get it to Hearn. Finds it to Siddons. And now Siddons will try to walk it up. Comes in at the right side. Moving his way to the slot. Swatted away. Held in by Roberts. To the corner to Feeney. Around the net to Siddons. He's going to be beaten to the puck there by Sachs. However, it was Hearn holding the line, blocked up front, then a stoppage here, and I believe offsides.
Is going to be offsides. Jayhawks were not able to keep that in over the blue line there.
Then a couple of jawing after the whistle. However, it's not going to lead to too much.
Yeah, we remember last night, Gabe, a lot of drawing, especially after that little icing of the goal. I want to say that was by Gerber. I could have been wrong, but obviously Omaha didn't take too kindly to that. So see if those emotions maybe carry over to today's game.
So right off the draw, Nelson was able to chop it into the zone. It's going to be played off the glass there by Williams and sent right back to that neutral zone where Roberts will just wrist it in. As Kozel had it right at his feet, couldn't see it, but Mercier's going to pick it up and he's going to try to generate some speed. Mercier up on the right side, he's going to try to curl around. He'll play it to the far corner where it's going to be picked up there by Howell. Howell, stick lifted there by Nelson, freed it up for Hearn to get it. Cross to Roberts, up over to Nelson, and he's going to go to work. Swinging in at the left side, top of the circle, he'll drop it back to Dusso, walks it in, a shot and a glove save made by Wernley. 10:20 left to go.
Yeah, Kyle Wernley been showing off the glove here for his past couple of saves that he's had. Really nice glove there by Wernley.
So just about halfway through period number one, tied at 1, thanks to the goals from Mercier and Dusso. As this one was tied up and won by Hoffman, he threw it back over to Fours. And Fours is looking for the outlet pass. Try to find Huppy, but it's going to go far enough into the corner where Roberts will get it. Sent over to Hearn. Hearn try to ensure that up to Barker, but too much pressure there as it's going to find its way to Hoffman. Looked like blocking that pass was Nelson. And it's going to be the Mavericks with it at the point. Shot through traffic, sent to the corner, and there's going to be a penalty on Blake Hearn coming up. My guess is that they're going to call interference just due to that net battle up there.
Yeah, indeed, you're right, Gabe, calling interference. Kind of hard for me to tell up in the camera, but I could tell that Hearn didn't knock somebody down. So, but, yeah, can't really tell exactly what happened from where I am.
So, Maverick power play coming up. 9:46 left to go.
Yeah, special teams for Jayhawks came really good last night. A shorthanded goal and a power play goal. So, see if Jayhawks can get some magic happen here. I'm pretty sure this is the first penalty kill line out with Brett Siddons.
As it's won back over to Kozel. He plays it over to Mercier. Now Hoffman to Kozel. Finds it over to Howell. Howell walking in a shot. Easily saved by Miles. So at the point, Kozel's going to have it. He'll do a backhand pass up to Howell. Back to Kozel again. Cross over to Hoffman. A nice poke check there by Breyer. That's going to free the puck up for Feeney. He has Siddons with him, and it's a 2-on-1 as the Jayhawks do have some speed. Feeney with a shot, and Wernley with the save. And that's just about 30 seconds in to the Jayhawk penalty kill.
Yeah, same thing we saw last night. Gave a really aggressive penalty kill here for the Jayhawks. Not afraid to poke check that puck away from the Maverick defenseman.
Now Siddons with it, trying to play it over to Feeney. As it's going to be pressure along the boards. Feeney trying to kick it loose. He was outnumbered there, so Cassioppo was able to free it up. Send it right back over to Paul. As it was left for Force. Force pressured by Feeney as he enters the zone. Now we'll have it just right at the goal line, trying to pass it right onto that doorstep. A shot up front. Didn't find its way to Miles, and a great clear there by Zach Schubert. And that'll get a platoon swap here for the Jayhawks. O'Laughlin moving it in. Rather, that was Zolek. He throws one on net, kicked away by Miles. Thrown up to the corner as Kozel will play it to Cassioppo, to Zolek under the goal line. He'll work his way to the hash mark, still looking for a lane, as he'll try a soft backhand pass to Cassioppo. A nice spin around backhand play by Nelson, and a high stick by the Mavericks. So that stoppage coming with 8:10.
Yeah, big there for the Jayhawks. Moves this face-off back into neutral ice. Yeah, if you're Coach Andy McConnell, you got to love what you're seeing on this penalty kill so far. Super aggressive. Only about a couple shots given up on Mitch, and Jayhawks even got a shot of their own on the other end of the ice on Kyle Wernley.
So Mercier playing it back to Kozel. Kozel, he's going to generate speed up on the left side, dropping it back, and Nelson trying to poke it away. And then just teeing up right there in the slot was Howell. And that stoppage coming with 7:53, so a good save by Miles, as there's just about 8 seconds left on the power play for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think Howe there just got lost behind all the traffic to Mitch's right, wide open in the middle of the ice. It's Howe. That's something you don't want to see if you're the Jayhawks. But luckily, Mitch Miles got it swallowed up right into his chest.
So another face-off win by the Mavericks. It's going to be Kozel across the fours. Fours thought about shooting it. Instead, he'll get a pass over to Kozel. And trying to tip it in right there was Mercier, and there's a big hit there by Van Heerden. As it's sent up over to Mercier. Mercier across the fours. Tried to wrist one in. It was deflected to the corner, so Kozel has it. Shot kicked away by Miles. He's going to jump on top of that. And a successful penalty kill here by Kansas. And a very important one. It's going to be that third line heading back out for the Jayhawks with Fantoni at center, Medina and Gerber at the wing. They had a really good weekend against the Cornhuskers. As it's Juan back over to Roberts, who tried to play it around. Gerber tipped it for Fantoni. Fantoni had to reach behind him to get it. He was able to back in it into the zone, but just right across the blue line, it was Forrest ready to send it the other way. A shot by Cassioppo deflected into the corner. Zolek lost control, so Fantoni getting it back. And Fantoni tries the headman pass for Gerber, but Paul was able to interrupt it. Gerber got it to Medina, so Medina has it at the blue line. He's able to, well, I guess he wasn't able to keep it in. And a delayed offsides call here with 6:48 left to go in period number one.
Yeah, Gabe looked uber close to me if he kept it in or not. I couldn't really tell for sure just what I'm looking through right now in the angle, but Jayhawks not really arguing it too much. Don't look too upset. So maybe it was the right call, but tough to tell.
Yeah, it looked like Medina just held it right on the line there. But either way, the face-off taking place right in front of Omaha's bench. So this stoppage, again, with just about 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go, it was won by the Mavericks, as it's going to be intended for Mercier. Roberts caught it out of the air, played it right down, and is chopped back in. Racing after the puck is Fours behind his own net. He'll try to loft that one up. It was intended for Howell, but it's back behind the net where Miles will settle it for Hearn. Wrapped around over to Gerber. Gerber couldn't get full control, so the Mavericks crank it right back in. And it's going to be over to Hearn. Headman up to Medina. Medina on the right tries to make a nice move, walking in, fell down, taking the shot. And the Mavericks getting away with one there, so it's going to be an odd man rush. Mercier dropping it back. Kozel wrists his one on net. Kick to the corner by Miles. As there's Medina trying to fight it loose for the Jayhawks. Good deflection there by Schubert. Sends it to Fantoni. He tried to get it up to Medina. Shot right on net. Held on to, and a change for both sides.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for the Jayhawks right now, they're really aggressive on offense, which I like, but they're just not getting enough guys back on defense when they're on the back check. And I think that's just a lot of guys trying to be aggressive on offense. I think just focus on getting a couple more guys back on the back check. Getting a lot of fast breaks on Mitch Miles right now are these Mavericks.
So able to free it up was Schubert. Got it to Nessa, who found it to Siddons. Now Siddons, fancy move, all alone, backhand shot, save made by Wernley. It was loose, Feeney fighting for it. Now Schubert with it, wrist one, gloved away by Wernley, and a little bit of a love tap after the whistle. And then here come some of the extracurriculars.
Yeah, there you go, Kyle Wernley. I just saw that. Gave a stick right into Luke Ness's hamstring right there, and ref's going to call that one for sure.
So it looks like Feeney gets a penalty out of that.
At least I was thinking that they were going to put a penalty there on Wernley. Looks like they opened the Mavericks penalty box, I think. Right now, Miles coach deciding who they're going to send to the penalty box in place of Wernley. Looks to be John Savoy serving that penalty for Kyle Wernley. Giving a little love tap on Luke Ness's hamstring.
So the referee trying to give an explanation of both the scores table and then, of course, the Omaha bench. So obviously the penalty up on the board will be for Wernley.
Power play is going to be 4-on-4 hockey. Don't know what they're going to say here.
So the head coach of the Omaha Mavericks having a discussion with a referee and a linesman. So there is a second Maverick heading to the box, so I'm assuming that there's just going to be incidental roughing minors on Feeney and Savoy, and then the slashing penalty there on Wernley. So after all of that, it'll be a Kansas power play with 5:12 left to go. But quickly backhanded out of the zone there, and it's going to be back over to Walsh. To do so, finding it to Siddons. Now Siddons, a nice backhand pass over to Duso. Duso with it now, in the slot, trying to drop it back, and Nessa getting tripped up there. So it's going to be back over to Nelson. At the point, finds it to Siddons. Siddons trying to center it, but it's going to be intercepted there by the Mavericks, and it's going to be dumped down. Racing to the corner is going to be Kozel. He's going to have it behind the net. He's going to be pressured there by Walsh, and then Nelson, who will eventually take the puck away. Nelson up over to Siddons. Siddons walks it in, drops it back to Nessa, saucered over to Duso. Now over to Siddons at the hash marks, top of the circle now, working into the slot, able to spin off a hit. Now Nessa jumps up to get the puck. Duso, deep slot. Saucered back over to Nelson. Duso again through traffic, tipped up front on the doorstep, and then Nessa just bumps into Wernley on his way through. And we get a stoppage with 3:59 left to go. And I guess they're going to call that. So very easy on the whistles, especially with the physicality into this one.
Yeah, it looked like a little accidental, though. Hard to tell for sure, again, from looking through the camera here. But either way, going to be a lot of open ice now with some 4-on-4 hockey. Big opportunity for both teams right now.
You know, I know tip-off's not for another few hours, but it's kind of giving me a little bit of a reminder of what the officiating in the Big 12 is like. Big 12
basketball.
Especially with how gritty that conference is and just how anything and everything is called. So it'll be 4-on-4 for about 40 more seconds as it's going to be Duso walking it in. Duso pinned against the boards right in front of the Omaha bench. He's going to walk it, top of the circle, a shot kicked away there by Wernley. And played around over to Hoffman. Now Hoffman trying to connect with Forrest. Lost control, so Nelson intercepts as he's going to walk it in. Nelson still with it. Played it to the other corner before he's pressured off the puck, so it's going to be Forrest for the Mavericks skating it up. Now Forrest with it under the goal line, trying to send it up over to Huppy. A nice play there. And it's sent up over to Duso. Now Duso and Nelson with some speed as he try to saucer it up. Nelson trying to tip it right there. And a save made by Wernley. Duso try to drop it back. Roberts with it now. He'll wrist one right to the glove of Wernley, and we get a stoppage with 3 even left to go. And the Mavericks are back to full strength and on the power play now for just about the next minute and 1 second.
Again, Jayhawks causing a lot of havoc in the neutral zone. Tyler Nelson turning over 4s of the Mavericks, and great opportunity for Jayhawks here, shorthanded in your own offensive zone faceoff. So see if they can work another shorthanded goal here, just like they had last night.
So off the draw, Kansas won it. They threw it into the corner, so the Mavericks have it now. As it's going to be walked up over by Kozel. Kozel up on the right side. And Gerber laying a hit there. Kozel staying strong, able to shake it off, still with the puck, as he'll walk it into the deep slot before throwing it over to Hoffman. Now Hoffman to Kozel. Kozel into the corner now over to Mercier. Mercier looking for the open shot. Howell wound up there, missing the net. And a great clear by Breyer comes all the way down. Wernley out to play it in the corner as it's around over to Hoffman. Hoffman took a hit from Gerber. Mercier had to kick the puck up into the air, knock it down, and he'll have it under the goal line, wrapped around, and it's going to be Fantoni for the Jayhawks. Able to get it out. Kansas back to full strength, so another good penalty kill here as it's wristed in there by the Mavericks. Schubert backhanding it around, able to find it over to Breyer. Breyer able to spin off, and it's going to go right to Miles, and he'll just put his hand on top of it. And a stoppage at the minute 41.
Yeah, I think good call there by Mitch. Just a lot of havoc going on in the Jayhawks D zone. Omaha pressure them. I think just good reset, get a line change, and get right back to it.
As it's sent out up into the neutral zone, Nessa was able to tie a man up. That allowed Feeney to pick it up. His backhand shot will be held on to by Wernley, and another whistle. 1-1 still our score. Minute and a half left to go. Pace definitely starting to pick up a little bit as the two teams starting to wake up a little bit more. O'Loughlin lost control, so Siddons has it. He'll play it up to Van Heerden. Van Heerden off the boards to Siddons again in the corner, trying to set it up over to Nessa. Try to find Feeney, and then Siddons will pick it back up. A backhand shot blocked up front. Nessa on the doorstep trying to tip it. And it's going to be a one-time shot there by Feeney, getting hit by two men. Now Siddons playing it to the corner. Feeney backhanding it to Walsh. Walsh wristing one, tipped up front by Siddons, and he's saved by Wernley. For a second, it looked like that might have gone in just by the way he turned around. But either way, Wernley standing tall.
Yeah, Coach Andy going with his first line here, probably just for these last 55 seconds, trying to get something going. I've loved how the second line that has been playing for the Jayhawks with Nessa and Feeney and those boys.
As it's sent over to Sachs, his headman pass goes far enough. No icing, though, as Mercier was able to beat the race, and he's going to take a big hit in the corner by Van Heerden. And a little shaken up. Mercier a little more focused on getting a call than he is playing the puck. That allowed Nelson to get it out of the zone. Nelson able to spin off a hit from Mercier as it's picked up by Van Heerden. Mercier trying to go for a revenge hit. He was able to miss it as it was dumped in.
Yeah, Mercier is not too happy right now, Gabe.
Barker trying to center that one. As Mercier has it again, he lofts that one up into the air. Right over to Hearn. Sent to Barker, who was able to chip it into the zone. Just about 6 seconds left in this one, as it's going to be Paul. He'll throw it all the way down. No icing as it was tipped in the neutral zone. And that'll do it for period number 1. 1-1 our score after the first 20 minutes played. We'll be back in just a little bit for period number 2 of the final regular season game of this season. And welcome back for period number 2, tied at 1. Both teams making their way back out onto the ice. Gabe Daniel alongside Ryan Cartman, as it really started to get interesting. At first, the referees weren't calling as much, and now it seems like they're calling whatever they can. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out throughout the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, things got a little chippy down there, Gabe, especially at the end in the Jayhawks D zone with Luce and Mercier going at it. So, I like the physicality, I do, but the refs got to know also that, hey, this is hockey. Guys are going to hit each other. You don't need to call every little thing. But I'm not wearing the stripes, so I don't really get a say in these things.
Shots are 14-13 in favor of Kansas, so it was just really, really back and forth. And that was kind of what we saw in that first period yesterday. Really slow, no one really jumping out and taking control. And then Kansas just jumped out in that second period with a really fast start. As this faceoff is controlled by the Mavericks, sent over to Howell, who chipped it right in, and then Roberts tries to send it back out. Kozel held the line, forced it back in. Roberts around to Hearn off the boards. It finds its way over to Nelson, and Nelson's going to generate some speed. He's hit off the puck there. The Jayhawks have to get back on side. Duso cranked it in and around. And it's going to be Paul off the glass trying to get it up and out. Over to Howell. Backhands it, intended it for Kozel. Roberts playing it the other way. Off the boards. Intercepted by Nelson now. He's just going to walk it in. Nelson dropped it back. Duso shoots, and he scores! And it's the captain once again. 2-1 Jayhawks with 19:17 left to go.
Caleb Duso, how do you do? 3 assists last night and a goal, 4 points. Already got 2 points today. And really, I think that was all Griffin Barker and neutral zone. I think that was Barker there. And yeah, that's the thing I liked out of the first period out of these Jayhawks was that creating neutral zone turnovers and getting the puck back in their possession. That was a great job there by KU to do that. And if you keep winning those neutral zone battles, stuff like that's going to happen. And again, just like last night, another hot start to the second period game.
So Steve will do it. It's Caleb Duso making it 2-1, just less than a minute into the second period. As it's played around over to Hoffman, he tries to throw one on net, and Miles just fanning the glove out there.
Yeah, Gabe, from watching Mitch play so many times now, you can just tell this is when he gets in the zone right here. That nobody's going to talk to him. He's in the zone. He's doing his thing, and nothing's going to take him out of that zone.
And right off the draw, it's Feeney across to Nessa, back to Feeney as he's just going to walk it in. He tried to drop it back. It's poked away by the Mavericks, and Hoffman will look to get going. Saucered over to Huppy. Miles plays it up. And a great play there by the netminder. Just the Jayhawks couldn't connect to a pass to Nessa. The Mavericks having to get back on side. A great job there by Siddons, able to strip it away. He tried to backhand it over to Nessa as it's cranked back in. Wrapped around over to Schubert. Playing it away. Mercier forcing it back into the corner. And it's around. Now back behind the net, Schubert trying to get it out. Held in at the blue line by Paul. Play in the corner. As the Mavericks have it, they drop it back over to Fours. Fours wrist one through traffic. Looked like it didn't even get on net as too many people were in front. But either way, the Mavericks have it. And they score just right on the doorstep. So Mercier back on the board, and it's 2-2 with 17:53 left to go.
Yeah, I think Logan Mercier is the most dangerous guy on this UNO team, if not one of the most dangerous, and you just can't leave him behind in open ice like that, Jayhawks lost track of him, and that's the last guy you want to lose track of on the ice. Logan Mercier. Tough for Mitch Miles there. Couldn't really do anything about that. Had a wide open net for Logan Mercier. Wide open 4x6.
So it's sent around over to Zolek. So he tries the headman pass up over to Casiopo. And a great job there by Van Heerden, forcing it back the other way. But it's quickly picked back up there by Sinnott as he walks it in. Van Heerden able to shake off a hit. So he's trying to kick the puck away. But the Mavericks have it again, back around the net. Sachs sending it back into Sinnott. Shot just going around. And it's going to be poked out and away by Medina. Now Fantoni trying to play it up. Now over to Hoffman. Hoffman up on the right side, throws one on net to Miles, and another whistle here, just with 17:08 left to go.
Gabe, I know we were talking about with both coaches during the intermission, just talking about how tough Van Heerden is. He is a tough guy to bring down. It's hard. It's really hard to knock him off the puck, and you saw right there in the Jayhawks defensive zone, somebody trying to hit Van Heerden there, and yeah, it's hard to knock him off the puck. Such a big kid.
So right off the draw, it's going to be Dusso. Off the boards up to Barker, who got it into the zone, but he's quickly pressured off. And Roberts saucered over to Dusso. Dusso, 2 goals already on the morning. As the puck will end up going over to Howell. Now Howell. The headman broken up by Dusso. Unable to hold the line, and the Mavericks carry it in. Mercier forced off. Now Dusso again. As it's going to be Hearn walking it in for the Jayhawks now. Now Hearn under the goal line. Trying to center it over to Barker, and it's just going to skip out of the zone as Breyer couldn't get there in time. So Breyer off the boards up to Nelson. Couldn't catch the pass as it just went a little too far, so it's going to be Kozel with a shot blocked right up front. And Nelson with it again as he's just going to walk in. Nelson, a nice move. Pressured off the puck as it went to the corner. Now Dusso under the goal line. Try to center it for Breyer, and now it's going to be Mercier for the Mavericks. Drop pass over to Howell. A little offside, so they'll just dump it in and get a change going. And then Breyer will collect it in the corner.
Gabe, it's amazing to see the confidence that Tyler Nelson plays with. Has a teammate right with him and says, nope, let me just take the care of this and do it myself. Incredible.
And a little bit of physicality there by Breyer as he got into a little bit of contact there with Wernley and took a little bit of a shot there. So that stoppage will come with 15:34 left to go. And Breyer favoring a midsection lower body area, and now he's going to go to the box, and he's not happy about that one at all.
Yeah, Gabe, I wasn't really able to see what happened there. I don't know if you did, but I was looking more closer towards the blue line, so I didn't know if you could tell what happened there.
Breyer off for roughing. Captain Dusso trying to talk to the referee about that one. So it'll be a Maverick power play with 15:34 left to go here, period number 2. Again, Travis Breyer taking a seat for 2 for roughing. So this face-off was originally won by Kansas. They try to play it around the boards and out, but it's forced back in. So Roberts on it now, trying to backhand it away. He's pressured further back into the corner, gets knocked down off the puck, and it's going to be Hearn with it. Headman pass up over to Siddons. And now Siddons, stick lifted off the puck there. Wernley will just jump out on top of it, out of the crease, and a stoppage with 15:11.
I mean, Gay, I'm going to keep saying these special teams for the Jayhawks right now during this weekend have been someone fun to watch. The shorthanded team has really been able to get pressure on both goalies and able to do it just by almost cherry picking, finding an open man up by somebody leaving to try to make something happen. And so far, it's putting a lot of pressure on the Mavericks while on their own power play.
So off the face-off, the Mavericks do have control, as it was O'Loughlin connects with Kozel, and Kozel on the left side. He'll try to go right around the goal line area, and it's sent around the boards where Feeney will walk it in for the Jayhawks. So Feeney just chops it into the corner. That gets a change going for Kansas, and it's going to be picked up there by Hoffman. Hoffman slowly walking into the zone, try to drop it back. Mercier shot kicked away by Miles, and the rebound off the backhand shot, and somehow it goes in, and it is now 3-2 in favor of Omaha.
Yeah, Gabe, you said somehow that goes in. I could, through all the traffic from where we're sitting, I'm going to be honest, I don't even know how that went in, actually. All I saw was Mitch Miles diving to make a save, and somehow must have squeaked under him, maybe. It was just tough for me to tell what exactly happened there.
So the Mavericks regain the lead. So the face-off one back over to Walsh. Try to connect to Barker, and there's going to be an interference call here on the Mavericks. As under the goal line, Nelson has it over to Duso. Rips one, just going high, and holding the line is going to be Walsh. Miles to the bench for the extra attacker. As it's played around over to Walsh again. Walsh will just throw it to the corner. It's going to be touched by Sachs, and a Kansas power play on the way.
Yeah, that's one of the easier interference calls you're going to see. Gabe, puck not in the vicinity there of where the hit took place, and I think going off there is going to be
number 8, Greg Sachs, getting awfully comfortable with the penalty box this weekend.
That's definitely a good way to put it there, Gabe. But yeah, Sachs just hit that Jack there. I can't remember who that was, but yeah, puck wasn't anywhere near him, and yep, can't do that, or else that's an easy 2-minute interference penalty.
So the face-off controlled by Nessa, now over to Siddons. Siddons to Nelson. Back over to Siddons. He'll send it to the corner over to Duso. Duso, 2 goals on the day. He'll walk towards the slot, shoots, kicked away by Wernley. And Miles coming all the way out. Some great aggressiveness there as he's going to try to play it again. Off the glass, over to Duso. Now finding it to Feeney. Feeney will just try to bank it in off the boards as it's Fours with it now. Fours around. Connects with Zolek. He tries a shot, not on net, as it was a great deflection there by Nelson, as it'll be picked up by Siddons again. Now Siddons, he's able to walk in. Lost control of the puck, threw it to the corner, got it right back. And he's just going to wheel around top of the circle now in the slot. Still looking for an open lane. Try to drop it right over to Duso. Shoots! He scores! And it's Steve-O with the hat trick as Caleb Duso ties it back up at 3.
And yeah, great goal there by Duso, but that was really all Brett Siddons working it there. Working it down under the crease, really doing that all himself, and set up Caleb Duso for an easy hat trick, and for an easy 3rd goal for a hat trick, I should say. But yeah, credit goes to Caleb Duso for 3 goals and Brett Siddons for making something happen. So back-to-back hat tricks on back-to-back days for these Jayhawks. First one from Nelson. Now we get one from Duso.
As it's dumped in, and an icing call, and that's an interesting one.
Are we calling it icing? We have a center ice face-off. Either way, the power play goal there for the Jayhawks again. Special teams have been really good so far this week, and minus that that most recent goal they gave up to the Mavericks on the power play, where I couldn't even tell really what happened, but overall, power play and special teams in general looking really good for these Kansas Jayhawks.
Good neutral zone takeaway by Fantoni as it was chopped into the zone, and a stoppage here as it's Wernley just holding on for a whistle. So Nelson to take the draw for Kansas. He was able to win it back with ease as Schubert throws it into the corner. As it was Duso trying to find Barker just right on the doorstep. Great look, couldn't connect. And then Schubert able to break up a pass there, but quickly into the zone was Howell. And a backdoor pass intended for Hoffman. He'll wrist one, sent wide, held in at the line by Paul. Huppy, backdoor pass over to Hoffman, just nearly grazing through the crease. And it's just going to be over to Barker. Barker finds it to Duso. Now Duso waits, shoots, and it just misses the net there. And it's going to be picked up by Hoffman now. Hoffman tries to draw his way in. He's pressured off the puck there by Breyer. As that threw it up, holding the line with Sachs, and offsides on the Mavericks.
Yeah, that's sent by the Mavericks to try to keep that puck on the blue line. Fortunately for Omaha, went just outside the blue line, as we'll have a neutral zone face-off here. But overall, this is the first time I feel like, Gabe, this game that we've seen a lot of pucks right in the crease of Mitch Miles. First period didn't really have too much traffic in front, minus just pretty much the one goal. Now, though, starting to see a little more congestion in front of Miles and in his crease.
So it's dumped into the zone by Siddons and played to the corner. As unable to hold the line was Van Heerden, and it's going to be a foot race for the puck. O'Loughlin able to negate the icing, hit off the puck there by Walsh, and then a big hit there along the glass by Van Heerden, and that's going to get the puck up over to Nessa. Nessa made one move, lost control of the puck, as in the corner with it is now Feeney. Feeney trying to walk up over to Van Heerden. Ripping one, blocked up front. Now Van Heerden with it again. He's able to skip it across over to Walsh. Walsh, Siddons, Walsh again, and it just skips over the blue line, so the Jayhawks have to regroup. So Walsh able to at least get the puck into the corner, fighting off a slash. Siddons will now go in to help. Siddons trying to walk in right on the short side. Backhand shot loose in the crease, somehow staying out. Nessa shooting, and the net comes off. And here we go.
Yeah, lots of good pressure for the Jayhawks. I hate to say it, Gabe, but I feel like the refs are starting to slowly but surely maybe lose a little bit of control of this game. Starting to get a little trippy now, but I do like the physicality from KU. Just keep good, clean hits. Don't take any unnecessary and really just dumb penalties, and I'm good with the physicality. Try to keep these Mavericks on their heels here.
As it's going to be sent over to Kozel. Cranked into the zone by Hearn. Around over to Fours again. Now finding Howell. Howell try to headman pass up to Kozel. Kozel walks and shoots, and a save made by Miles. Kick to the corner where Roberts tries to get it out. Forced back in by the Mavericks. And Roberts has it under the goal line. He'll get it up over to Medina. He was able to shelter it out of the zone, but it's going to be sent back over to Williams. Williams, he'll loft it into the zone. Roberts on it now, around to Medina. Williams again, keeping it in. Shot over the net, glove saved by Miles. And a whistle with 9:49 left to go.
Yeah, great save, previous save there by Mitch on Kozel. Just managed to squeak his way through the two Jayhawk defenders there. I want to say that was Roberts. And, great save by mid-shot. Kozel just squeezing through there.
So off the draw, Kansas with it, trying to fight it out of the zone, able to get it away. Now with it is Williams. Williams pressured by Barker. That forced an uncomfortable pass back over to Hoffman. And Nelson had it, lost control, but Schubert's able to steal it. Now Schubert will walk it in. Still with it, pressured off the puck. It's going to go to the corner where Forrest will have it. Pass around and up over to Huppy, who's going to get it out of the zone. Back the other way for Barker. Barker lofted it up over to Nelson. Now Nelson drawing in, dropped it back. Dussault's one-time shot. Unable to find the back of the net as he would have almost had his 4th goal of the game. As it's wrapped around. Kozel now on the doorstep. Dussault able to swat it away, and Nelson's going to fly up the ice with the puck. He has Barker on his wing. Nelson waiting, backhand pass in the air. And then Nelson has it again to the corner, pressured off the puck there by Huppy. Thrown around to the other side. Now racing after, it's going to be Dussault. He's able to shelter it to Walsh. Walsh to Breyer. Breyer waiting, shoots, and a save made by Wernley for a whistle with 8:30 left to go.
Yeah, Breyer asked for that puck from Walsh, and I don't blame him. He had a nice wide open shooting lane. Couldn't tell if the Maverick defenseman there who was going for the block, I think that was number 22, Nathan. I couldn't tell if he may have got a little bit of a piece of that, but either way, good call by Breyer, but nicer save by Wernley.
So it's Walsh across to Van Heerden, fanned on the shot, but it's going to be picked up by Feeney. Feeney playing it around behind the net over to Nessa, as Nessa has it to Walsh. Try to play it across, now Casiopo with it on the right side. And now in the slot, tripped up off the puck, and it's going to be freed up over to Siddons. And the Jayhawks do have numbers if they hurry. As is Van Heerden. He'll risk that one in. Wernley gloved it, couldn't keep full control, and that's going to be a big hit there. And then a little bit of a retaliatory play there. I believe that was Sachs.
That was Sachs, Gabe. You're right, yeah. Gave a little extra business there to Loose.
So Van Heerden and Sachs get matching roughing penalties. As that was just a big open ice hit by Van Heerden. And then, of course, Sachs had to skate by and give a little love tap right on the cage.
Yeah, would have been a power play for the Mavericks if Sachs didn't do it. Sachs not helping out his team right there. Yeah, it looks like Loose might have, it's hard to tell, might have launched into Sachs just a little bit, but either way, 4-on-4 hockey right now and big opportunity for both of these teams. Lots of open ice to skate.
So the face-off won by the Mavericks. Hoffman across over to Howell, and he'll look to get it out of the zone. Howell up over to Mercier now. Mercier up on the left side. He'll stop right about at the hash marks before trying to pass, and easily intercepted by Siddons. Now Siddons just swoops in, trying to get a pass over to Feeney, but that's intercepted. So Mercier again for the Mavericks. He'll chop it over to Kozel. Kozel waiting. Sent back, and then another interception here by Siddons. As he's just going to walk in, dropped over to Feeney. Feeney shoots, save made Wernley. Roberts off the rebound, blocked by a man up front. And it's going to be sent back into the corner. Siddons lost his stick, so that's going to be played around over to Hoffman. And it's going to be held in a zone by Siddons. Siddons walks in, backhand shot, he scores! Welcome to the Siddons Show, and Kansas regains the lead, making it 4-3 with just 7 minutes left to go.
Siddons Show is right, Gabe. That was all Brett Siddons right there, stealing that pass right in the passing lane from the Mavericks. Great eyes from Brett Siddons to see where that pass will end up. Took it easily nothing Kyle Wernley could do about that. Just not great vision there, passing for the Mavericks, but great vision on the part of Brett Siddons to see where that pass was going to go. Easily took it onto his stick, and now we got a 4-3 game. Jayhawks up.
So right off the draw, it's going to be Duso walking in, and he's going to curl it around. He's going to look for the open man, and he'll try to get it to Breyer, held in at the line by Nessa. And a very late offsides call with 6:50 left to go.
Yeah, Gabe, you think these Jayhawks know that Duso's on 3 goals right now and he's going for that 4th? Because it really looks like Duso wants that 4th, and I don't blame him either. Almost had it there on that wrapper. Had it open now. Looks like he might have just lost handle of the puck a little bit. Might have got up on its side, but either way, still 4-3 for Jayhawks, and Duso's a team player. He's a captain, and he's not going to go for that 4th goal. He's going to look just to make good team plays and get this team a win and out of here with the sweep.
So just right off that draw, Casiopo walked it in, shot, deflected out of play, so we get a face-off to the right of Miles with 6:41 left to go. And then right off the draw, it's going to be Breyer skating it up with speed. The defenseman with forward speed, trying to pass it over to Duso. Couldn't connect there. It would have been a great look. And then that battle along the boards thrown to the corner, so Fours will wrap around his own net and then skate it into the zone. Fort still on it. Shoots, and a save made by Miles. And that almost was coast to coast. But Mitch Miles standing tall there.
How about Travis Breyer, defenseman, taking that puck off the faceoff and scanning all the way, trying to look for Caleb Duso. Nice idea. But pass got a little deflected there. And overall, nice idea. Try to find an open man. Maybe knew Duso's going for 4 goals as well. Don't know how much that played into that decision by Breyer, but either way, great opportunities right now for the Jayhawks on the fast break.
So a nice headman pass up over to Gerber. He's just going to walk it in. He's able to make a move around one man. Gerber still with it. Shoots one, kicked away there by Wernley, and Fantoni trying to free himself up from that net front battle. And then Mercier able to dodge Gerber with an open ice hit. And then it looks like Breyer taking down Mercier in the corner, but Mercier getting right back onto that puck. So up front, Mercier shoots and he scores, and just like that, we are tied again. So just a pass from back behind the net found Mercier at the back door, and he was able to put it home, and we're tied at 4.
Yeah, it's a great pass there by Matthew Howe from behind the net to find Mercier. Mercier did have a Jayhawk on him. Wasn't like he got lost, but Mercier, just bigger and stronger, was able to force his way to be right in front of Mitch Miles, and easy puck to put home for Mercier. Not much Miles could do about that.
So right off the draw, it looked like it'll go back and forth a little bit. Van Heerden with it. Van Heerden getting it up over to Feeney, and it's going to be sent into the zone. Racing after it for the Mavericks is Paul off the boards, try to get it to Fours. Now Huppy cross to Hoffman, and it's going to go the length for an icing until it's waved off last second. So up over to Nessa. He tried to get it out of the zone, and the Mavericks have to get back on side. So Walsh with it. Crossed over to Feeney. Feeney waits, finds Siddons. Just a little too much heat on that pass, so it just bounces off his backhand and then into the corner. Nessa able to play it up over to Siddons. Cross to Van Heerden. And a shot from the point blocked up front. And it's going to be back over to Walsh. He throws it into the zone right over to Fours. And Fours connects to Hoffman on a rope. Shot save made by Miles, and a big one at that. And just about 4.5 minutes remain in this second period. 4-4, still our score.
Yeah, Mitch Miles better everything get a Cole Walsh for that pressure there on the Maverick on the breakaway. Because without Walsh there, that would have been an easy shootout-like type of goal, or shootout-like type of opportunity, I should say, for that Maverick. But great job by Walsh to put the pressure on, and I think he had a little stick lift in there too, which really helped out Miles.
So Barker got it up over to Duso. And then Duso tried to saucer it up over to Nelson, dropped it back. Duso, backdoor! Griffin Barker getting on the board now. So goals on top of goals, and Kansas now back on top thanks to a great tic-tac-toe play. It was Duso. He was able to saucer it over to Nelson, and then Nelson just right under the goal line saw Barker wide open, and it's 5-4 just like that.
And yeah, Caleb Duso is the MVP of the weekend for these Jayhawks. I don't know who. That's his 8th point on the 8th point of this weekend series. 4 goals and 4 assists. Caleb Duso, great open ice vision right there for him.
So play now in the corner. Casiopo trying to get it over to O'Laughlin. Now to Zolek, who throws it in. Miles will settle it down, and he'll have to play it to the corner. Nice interception there by Hearn. Got it up over to Duso. And then Duso tries a headman pass for Barker, just a little too far ahead. And either way, it'll be the Mavericks getting it back in. Zolek with a backhand shot. Miles makes the save, and a whistle with 3:47 left to go.
Well, partner, if this period says anything about what's going to go on for the third period, then expect a lot more goals. Already, just under 4 minutes left to go in the second period, and still a whole another 20 minutes of hockey. I don't think this goal scoring's stopping right now, Gabe.
So it's going to be Medina walking it in. He's just hauled down, and they'll go into the corner boards hard. And then Medina with a little bit of a retaliation penalty there. So Lance Medina's going to head off. And it looks like he's done for the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see what happened there looking through the camera. That was behind the play. I had the camera focused in front of the play, so didn't get a good chance to see what happened there, but I don't know if they're going to put a 5-minute major up on the board as well. Looks like somebody's going to be going to the box right now. Now it's just Andy Collins' job to decide who is going to be the one going to the box.
So Eli Pendleton will serve the penalty, and it's going to be a 5-minute major on Lance Medina. So a power play that'll finish out the period and carry over into the third, as it doesn't matter if Omaha scores or how many they score. It'll be a 5-minute power play.
Yeah, Gabe, I was saying I like the physical play, but that's what I'm talking about, just dumb penalties like that. It's just stuff that you cannot have right now if you're the Jayhawks.
Then off the board, it's going to be Feeney. A shorthanded break, just missing the net there. And it's going to be sent around. Siddons trying to fight it back in, and he's able to steal it there. So some great penalty kill pressure, and that's going to be something Kansas is going to need a lot of here, especially finishing out the period. As it's going to be Siddons saucering it over to Feeney. Feeney is going to drop it back, and Siddons will get it over to Schubert. Back to Siddons. Schubert once more. And then thrown back further into the zone. And then Breyer will try to clear it, can't get it out. Crossed over to Kozel, and Kozel will have it at the hash marks. He's getting pressured by Feeney. As it's going to trickle out of the zone, it's going to be picked back up by Hoffman. Hoffman trying to make a move around Siddons, and a great poke check there. And Siddons will just drag it around. He's going to try to walk it in. Siddons stick lifted. And a penalty called on the Mavericks.
Going to be a hook there on Omaha. And man, it's the last thing you want right now if you are the Mavericks. Had a 5-minute power play opportunity, and now 2 minutes to be taken from that power play. And now you only get 3 minutes of power play time with some 4-on-4 hockey. And this is really good for the Jayhawks right now, I think. The momentum was starting to go against them. Now momentum kind of shifted in their favor a little bit. A lot of open ice to skate now, and should be a lot of opportunities for these speedy skaters on the ice. That includes Barker and Duso. Or sorry, Nelson and Duso, that is.
So 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. And off the draw is one back, but it escapes the zone, so Hearn back on it for Kansas. It'll be walked up by Luke Nessa. So just chop it right in. Warnley will kick it to the corner, and it's going to be, I believe that's Howell with it, crossing it over to Fours. Out of the control for him, so Hearn trying to walk it up. It's going to be stripped away by Mercier. Mercier pressured off the puck heavily by both Hearn and Nelson. So Nessa from behind his own net to Nelson. Cross to Hearn. Up to Nelson once more. And now he's going to fly down on the left side. He'll slow down a little bit once he enters the zone. Saucered over to Hearn, wide open, walking in, shooting. It's rebound loose up front, and they score! And this time it is Blake Hearn getting on the board. So great follow through. Number 19, Blake Hearn getting onto the board. And it is now 6-4 Kansas.
Yeah, Blake Hearn, the defenseman, turning into the flash a little bit, coming up on the weak side. Nobody at all on the Mavericks saw him coming in. Initial shot went on to Warrens, got rebounded, and was able to punch it back home. And yeah, Blake Hearn, the defenseman, great job getting up ice on the weak side.
So now Siddons will walk it in. He's had a couple of good looks. He'll just play it into the corner around where Howell will pick it up for the Mavericks. So sent to Roberts, try to saucer it back the other way. Cassioppo with it, as it's going to be stripped away by Siddons, and he's going to fly down the ice. Now Siddons curls around, top circle, did a little drag move there as he's just going to walk in, trying to shot from an odd angle, trying to jam it home. Puck still loose, and now Feeney will pick it up. Feeney across to Roberts. Roberts now to Feeney. Over to Walsh. Walsh will just draw it back, top of the circle, playing it to the corner. It's going to wrap around, and Siddons will be the first one there. So Siddons able to dodge around one man. About 37 seconds left to go. Siddons walks in, shoots, and a save made by Warnley.
What a save there by Kyle Warnley. Siddons trying to poke the bear right now. That is number 23, Matthew Howell. Either way, what great glove hand larceny there by Kyle Warnley. Siddons earlier had a little wraparound attempt, and I saw what he was trying to do. They're trying to bank it in off the back of Warnley. Kind of with Siddons' speed, I wish he just took that all the way around. I think he had a really good shot, just getting a nice wraparound goal. But either way, still 6 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey before the Mavericks are back on the power play.
So sent around over to Hoffman. And it's going to be poked away by Nelson. As it's going to be Kozel with it. As it's dumped in by the Jayhawks, and then that'll do it for period number 2. A lot of explosive on the offensive things. So 6-4 our score after 40. We'll be back in just a little bit for the third and final period of play of the regular season. Welcome back to period number 3. Gabe Daniel alongside Ryan Cartman. 6-4 our score as we head into the final 20 minutes of the regular season again. The last ever regular season game for both Mitch Miles and Cole Walsh, the two seniors on this hockey club. As the draw is won back over to Howell, and he'll get it across over to Kozel. The Mavericks are starting off this period on the power play with the carryover penalty that was handed out to Lance Medina, as he is done for the game. As this can be wrapped around Huppy to Hoffman. As it's going to be over to Kozel. And it's poked out of the zone by Nelson, and he's getting held onto and interfered with, and that's an easy call.
Yeah, Gabe, I was the Jog fans from were thinking the same thing. That there's got to be some sort of call on that. Just holding on to him for dear life, trying to stop a breakaway attempt there on Warnley.
So back to 4-on-4 for about 1:05, and then Kansas will be back on the power play.
And the special teams have been scary for any team going up against the Jayhawks, and about to get even more scary when they get to go on the power play for about 55 seconds.
So Nessa over to Nelson. Back to Nessa. As it's wrapped around the corner. Picked up by Sachs. As it's going to be back behind the net. Battling for it now is Siddons. He was able to strip it away. Shoots one on net. It was loose. Wernley making the save there. And the rebound controlled by Omaha, as it's going to be Sinnott up on the right side. He's pressured off the puck there by Nessa. A nice hit. Now picked up in the corner. Nessa again, the head man, connects to Siddons. As he's just going to stop and wait. He'll do another drag move before it's sent out of the zone by Paul. Jace Paul walks in, shoots, turned aside by Miles. And now played in the corner. Picked up by Siddons once more. 10 seconds left to go. And it's going to be a 3-on-1 for the Jayhawks. Shoots and he scores! And it's Siddons again.
Brett Siddons, coast to coast. Doesn't even any over his teammates. Pinpoint accuracy. We just had the NHL All-Star Skills Challenge last night, Gabe. And, man, Brett Siddons looking really good there accuracy-wise. Maybe compete with some of those NHLers.
So a 4-on-4 goal by Brett Siddons, as that is his second of the game.
And yeah, it was big that it was 4-on-4 too, because the Jayhawks are still going to get that power play in 4 seconds.
So it's won back over to Walsh, chopped over to Feeney, and then Pendleton out of the box, quickly to the bench for Gerber to take his spot. As it's left for Roberts, as he's just going to walk in. He'll shoot one right to the glove of Wernley, and a stoppage with 18:13 left to go. So 43 seconds of power play time for the Jayhawks. That's enough to do a little bit of damage and just add on to the score here.
Yeah, just keep doing what you do, Gabe. That's just get guys in front of Kyle Wernley and make it harder for him to see that puck coming in.
So it's wrapped around. Feeney throwing it to the other corner. Picked up there by number 16. That is Fours. As it's Feeney with it. Now Gerber. He's going to drag it around the net. Sending it up over to Walsh. Walsh back to Gerber. Now Gerber will go behind the net over to Fantoni. Fantoni waiting. Finds it to Roberts at the point. Tony to Walsh. Walsh across to Roberts. A one-time shot over the net. Feeney caught it, played it down. And 3 seconds left to go. A quick shot there by Feeney. And it's loose up front, poking for the loose puck, and it'll be a whistle here with 17:27 left to go. So a couple of good chances there, nothing to execute on the power play, but both teams back to full strength, so 5-on-5.
Yeah, I really liked watching Michael Fantoni on that power play there, Gabe. Felt like he was kind of the director there, or the conductor, I should say, behind that, the crease, putting the puck where it needs to go, even getting in front of the net and not being afraid to get a little chippy in front of there with Kyle Warnley. Loved Fantoni there.
So it's back over to Schubert. Trying to find it to Duso, who was just in the slot. However, the Mavericks get it back. A headman pass intended for Hoffman. He's going to catch it off the boards. Hoffman flies in, separates himself, backhand shot, he scores. So with 17:11 left to go, the Mavericks are back within 2.
I mean, pretty plain and simple there, Gabe. Hoffman just faster than Schubert right there. Was able to get to that puck off the boards, and nice move there by Hoffman to put that in behind Miles. 12 goals combined on the day for both of these teams. Credit due both to Omaha and KU for their goal scoring, but especially to Zach Hoffman there to be able to beat Schubert and put a nice move on Miles.
So it's Breyer on the puck now for the Jayhawks, pressured by Kozel. It's going to be a battle in the corner. Breyer got taken down. Hoffman trying to center it. It's going to be poked away by Barker, but held into the zone there. And now picking it up in the corner, Schubert. He tried to play it off the boards to get it to Breyer. Kozel getting it back, and now Huppy. Huppy's backhand pass broken up by Kansas, and Barker gets it out of the zone. Got it up over to Duso. Duso tried to just flutter that one into the zone. And Huppy walks it in for the Mavericks. Across to Hoffman, a shot save made by Miles. Played around. As it's going to be Kozel again. Trying to pass to Huppy back behind the net. That play's broken up by Nelson. Off the boards up to Barker. Barker settled it for Nelson again. And he'll walk it into the zone. Swings to the left side. Nelson, one hand moving in. Shoots, missing the net there. The rebound picked up by Duso, and he tried a backhand shot just on the short side. Misses the net there, and Mercier will pick it up. Now Mercier walking it into the zone. Quickly poked off by Roberts. Casiopo with the shot, and Roberts able to wrap it around. Picked up by Fours. A shot from an odd angle. Caught by Miles, and a stoppage with 15:47.
Nice glove hand save there by Miles. But I want to go back to that point just about 20 seconds ago or so when Tyler Nelson was going right in front of the net, about 2 or 3 Mavericks on him, and maybe it just goes to show just how great he is. But I was thinking he actually had a genuine shot there to score, and I think that just shows how respected his skill set is in the not just the matcha, but in all of the ACHA, I think.
So a face-off win here by the Jayhawks over to Feeney. Off the boards up to Roberts, and he'll play it off. Trying to chip it out over either Nessa or Siddons. A costly play there. Goes back to Wernley, who had to settle it there for the Mavericks as they get it out. Roberts off the boards, finds it to Nessa. Nessa across to Siddons, who try to gather it to Feeney, but it's going to be Zolek with it now. So Zolek on the right side walks it in. Tries to throw it to the back door. No one was there, so Siddons tried to get it out. Redirected by Zolek. Roberts, the other corner to Hearn. Hearn sends it back the other way. Caught in the air by Van Heerden. He tried to play it, but the Mavericks quickly putting pressure on. Now Siddons. A backhand pass up to Nessa. Headman to Feeney, and into the Omaha bench it goes, and a stoppage with 14:48.
Again, all credit to the second line for the Jayhawks today with Feeney and Nessa. They played really great hockey. Really took a big step up, I think, this year. Definitely, and especially in this game, making themselves, making their presence known behind Nelson in that first line.
So it's going to be sent over, intended for Meade, and Meade a nice hit there, and then Van Heerden lays the body. Miles settling the puck for Walsh. It's going to be sent around, and then Williams redirecting it in. Now Kozel behind the net. Nice break up there, and Fantoni gets it for the Jayhawks. This is going to be a headman up to Gerber. Now Gerber flying in, tried a shot, not on net. It's going to be forced back into that corner by Walsh. And then the Mavericks control it. Kozel, right side, entering the zone. Just throws it right to the glove of Miles, caught with ease, and we'll have another stoppage.
Yeah, I feel like every time he brought up Luz Van Heerden's name, I feel like it's always laying a hit. He's really putting his body out here today, making his presence felt. And again, I know I brought it up in the first intermission. That's what we were talking about with both coaches, Andy McConnell and Willie as well, just the presence that Luz has out there. And kid from South Africa, I used to play rugby growing up. You could definitely see that rugby background in the way he plays the game.
So a shot from the point there by Fours, not on net. And Mercier was there trying to tip it in, but either way, it's going to be sent back the other way. Now Fours. As he tries to walk it up. It's thrown into the corner. It's going to be redirected back to the point, stripped out of the zone, poked away by Barker, and he's going to fly down on the right side. Barker shooting one. Looks like Wormley got a piece of that one, and it's going to be skated up and out by Mercier. Mercier lost his footing, so Nelson has it back as he made one move around, thrown to the corner, and the puck sent back. Now Mercier on it. Dodging around the Jayhawks. Mercier skating it up now in the neutral zone. Swinging to the left side, drag, shot, kicked away by Miles. And now it's a nice stick lift there by Nelson. He tried to get it out, but the puck finds its way over to Breyer. He'll get it up over to Dusso, and it's going to be taken away. So sent back the other way, Breyer to Dusso, to Feeney now. And Feeney will draw it back. As it's advanced into the zone. Schubert in the corner, wrapping it around the boards. It's going to find its way to Luke Nessa now. Nessa from the point, wrist one. Saved by Wernley. And a stoppage with 12:21 left to go. 7-5 our score.
Thought that was a little trip there in the neutral zone game. That was just me, but looks like that Maverick player got his stick right up in the legs there, and looked like an obvious tripping call to me, but refs have been a little inconsistent with some of these calls today.
So it'll be wrapped around over to Schubert as he's trying to hold the line there. He's able to force it back in around the boards. However, it's picked up by Paul, and he'll bank it out of the zone for the Mavericks. Right back to Breyer, who just wrists it in. And the first one there on the puck is Nessa. Nessa settled it for Feeney, but it finds its way to the point where Breyer has it. Back to Nessa. Shoots one over the net. Off the glass it goes to Schubert. Back behind the net. Feeney picks it up for Kansas. Now Feeney wheeling around. Now to Schubert. Shooting one, kicked away. Rebound by Feeney, and he can't bury it. As it's lofted up, caught in the air by Breyer. He'll drive one over the glass. Now Siddons able to secure a pass over to Nessa. Nessa trying to find it in the slot. Siddons with it again, walking in on the doorstep. Wernley standing tall, and the Jayhawks still have possession. A lot of great pressure here on this one. Now Breyer blocked at the point, and the Mavericks able to squeak it out of the zone. They'll get a much-needed change going as Schubert would race back after it. So Schubert's going to walk in. He'll try to drop a pass there as he just entered the goal line. But Siddons with it now for Kansas. Now Siddons walks it around. He's going to curl back over to Breyer. Breyer walks in, shoots, and it misses the net there. And unable to hold it into the zone was Meade. And it comes all the way back behind the net where Miles will settle it for Siddons. Siddons off the glass, unable to get it out of the zone, held in by Kozel. Now back in the corner for Howell. Howell stripped to the puck there by Breyer. Gerber's going to skate it up. And he's going to come in on the left side. Gerber kicked the shot there, and a save made by Wernley.
Yeah, again, the Jayhawks have really been testing high glove side of Kyle Warnley for these past few minutes and might see something like he's had a nice couple of glove saves today for sure, but yeah, Kay must see something they like on this high glove side, and I don't blame him. He got 7 goals on the board, and these guys know what they're doing right now. 7 goals speaks for itself.
So off the face-off, Omaha will send it back down for an icing. So halfway through period number 3, 7-5 our score. It's been a quick period thus far. And an icing call here.
And again, I think we got a little reverse jinx here. You're talking about this game's going fast, and now we got back-to-back icings in a span of what feels like about 10 seconds or so. But, yeah, if you're Omaha, obviously, icing the puck, that's not how you're going to win the game. The way you win this game is with your 2 best players on the ice, Logan Mercier and Zach Hoffman. Those guys are really special to watch. They've produced most of this offensive firepower this weekend for Omaha. And if you want to get back in the game, you got to be able to find those guys and let them find some open ice.
So it's going to be Mercier, shot blocked up front. Now it's going to be Roberts over to Hearn. He's trying to get it out of the zone. It was deflected, so it'll come all the way back, just no icing, as we're just under 10 minutes now. Now battle in the corner for the puck. It's going to be Howell and Nelson going at it. Nelson able to get a stick on it, and now he'll have it. A shot right up front and a save made by Wernley.
Yeah, go back to that offensive possession for Omaha. Mercier had it right in open ice right in front of Miles, and just a great save by Mitch there. But yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for if you're Omaha. Just try to find guys like Mercier and Hoffman and playmakers like that right in the middle of the ice, preferably open, just how open Mercier was there, and see if they can find an open spot to shoot.
As it's wrapped around the boards, racing after it was Roberts. He's able to backhand it up. He got it over to Nelson, up to Duso. Into the zone it goes, and Duso has it just right under the goal line. Trying to drop it back over to Nelson. That's intercepted, and it's going to be a headman pass. And it finds it over to Huppy. Left it for Kozel, and now Kozel up on the left side, trying to get a pass on the back door to Hoffman. Couldn't connect there, and Nelson gets tripped. That'll get called. And another Kansas power play coming at the next whistle. Now Barker. And a tripping call as Ryan Huppy will head off.
Well, last thing you want to do if you're Omaha here to try to win this game is to take penalties, because frankly that's not how you come back from a 2-goal deficit with under 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Luce got lucky there. Zach Hoffman was able to just out-body him to the left of Mitch and got some open ice.
It's going to be a shorthanded break for Casiopo, but Miles coming all the way out to play that one. And Casiopo still has it. Shot in just on the doorstep, as open as day. Zolek can't connect. And now it's going to be a rush for the Jayhawks. Siddons with it. Pressured off the puck. It was secured over to Feeney. Feeney settles it for Nelson. And now Nelson will curl back around. Nelson finds it to Feeney once more. Feeney to Duso. Duso at the hash marks. Will drop it back over to Siddons. And Siddons will shoot it through traffic, blocked right up front there by Zolek. And it's going to be poked out of the zone. And Feeney right back on it. So over to Nelson as the Jayhawks getting back on side. And Nelson has it at the hash marks. To Duso. Saucered over to Siddons as it's curled back in. Now Nelson. To Feeney. A lot of passing going on here as Nelson has it. He's going to walk in, shoots, and he scores. And no goal.
So going to be an interference minor here on looks to be Tyler Nelson. Not Nelson, somebody else.
Looks like it'll be number 10, Luke Nessa. It was Nelson who thought he scored, but Nessa with that net front battle managed to get an interference penalty from that, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 46 seconds.
Yeah, Gabe, all I saw was a Maverick player go right into Kyle Wernley, so my guess is that maybe Nessa just pushed him to Wernley. I do not know exactly what happened.
And then now Siddons is in the box, so not sure what's coming from this.
Still 4-on-4 right now, but don't know.
So either way, 2 Jayhawks in the box, but only 1 penalty up on the board. 7:50 left to go. And it's wrapped around off the boards over to Gerber. Gerber across to Hearn, shoots, just missing the net there. Gerber picks up the rebound back behind the net, heavily pressured, still able to control it as it's out of the zone. Now Gerber back on the puck for the Jayhawks. He'll swing in on the left side. As it's over to Fantoni. Fantoni back to Gerber. Gerber heavily pressured. Finally stripped of the puck there by Mercier. Mercier will drop it back over to Kozel.
Wake up now, let's go!
And Kozel's going to try to walk it in. The Mavericks back to full strength, so they are on the power play for about 1:09 as it's over to Huppy, who settled it for Howell. Howell back to Hoffman. As Kozel has it now in the deep slot. Tries a shot through traffic. Miles made the initial save on the rebound chance. The Mavericks still have it. Mercier back to Kozel. Kozel through traffic again, blocked by Gerber up front. And a nice stick lift there in the slot by Gerber disrupted that play. As it's over to Howell. Howell trying to settle it. Shot right up front off the rebound, and it's still out. And the Jayhawks are able to clear it, and they get a much-needed change. However, Hoffman picked it right back up. He's going to carry it into the zone. Tries a shot blockered away by Miles, and it's going to go right over to Feeney, who's just going to crank it down. That'll get the last of the line change and leave chance for one last rush if they hurry on the power play. The Mavericks pressured off the puck, and Feeney's going to get called for that. So John Feeney heads to the box.
Maybe an elbow here? No, trip.
So a trip called, and then I believe a timeout was just called by Omaha.
Now Siddons is...
I think it was with the play that happened earlier. So 5:54 left to go. So the Jayhawks now without Siddons and Medina.
I'm still kind of lost what's going on. Right? I'll admit, the PA announcer hasn't been too helpful with calling out penalties, but either way, yeah, still a little lost what's going on. I got Siddons talking down here just to our right. Omaha taking a timeout. It's going to be a 5-on-3 now, just only for 4 seconds for the Mavericks. So go back to a 5-on-4 for 1:56 for Omaha, and big opportunity for them here now with just over 2 minutes of power play time.
So it'll be 5-on-3 for 4 seconds until Nessa is out of the box, and then it'll be 1:54 of 5-on-4. So a lot of special team chances and reps coming for the Jayhawks today, especially on the penalty kill.
And Gabe, I think if you're a Jayhawks fan, you feel as confident as ever right now in this penalty kill. Only one power play goal given up in many opportunities. for the Mavericks, and they've been under a lot of pressure on the penalty kill as well with the shorthanded goal yesterday.
So it's actually 6-on-4 now since Nessa's out of the box. Wernley is already to the bench for the extra attacker. So a shot through traffic, it's loose, and they score. And just like that, Omaha is back within one.
Yeah, good eye there, Gabe. I didn't realize that they actually pulled Wernley for a 6-on-4 opportunity, and good call by Omaha's coach to do that at the end of the day. And yeah, just a lot of traffic in front of Miles, puck bouncing everywhere, and Omaha trying to put stick on puck, and eventually found it. And we got a brand new game now, Gabe. Minute 46 of power play time now for Omaha, and dangerous. Actually, no, penalty's going to be off the board. It's going to be 5-on-5 now because that goal came 5-on-4. So all even up, and yeah, Omaha find themselves right back in this game.
So a shot through traffic, tipped up front. Now it's back behind the net, and it's loose where Fours will try a shot through traffic, hit too many men up front, and a wraparound shot, and we are tied at 7.
I think this will be a good time for Coach McConnell to use his time right now. And yeah, indeed, I think that's what he's doing, or he's just taking Nessa out. Yeah, putting Nessa on the bench for Fantoni. But yeah, the Jayhawks need a big reset right now when it's a brand new game with 5 minutes remaining, and Omaha's got all the momentum on their side.
So Hoffman, a shot going high and wide, and it's going to be picked up there by Feeney. He tried to get a headman pass up to Gerber, but it just skips in a little too far, and now it's going to be back over to Hoffman. Hoffman try to throw it in. Miles making the save there, and a stoppage with 5 even left to go.
Timeout now by Andy McConnell. So again, I think it's a good time to use that timeout. But yeah, go back to that that even strength goal scored on Mish to tie this game up at 7 apiece. Man it open, ice right there, right in front of Mitch. Nobody really on him. Jayhawks need to start pressuring this puck a little bit better, and trying to get some open space up in front of Mitch. I think they're just putting too many Mavericks in the goal crease.
So McConnell just using this timeout to sort of tell his team, hey, calm down. It's all going to be all right. So 7-7 our score. 5 minutes left to go.
Motion tie right now in Baxter Arena between both teams, and it's going to be a trippy last 5 minutes, I feel like, Gabe.
It's going to be a backhand shot right on the doorstep by Mercier. The rebound picked up by Van Heerden, and now it's sent up over to Nessa. Wrapped around for Feeney. Feeney trying to get a backhand pass up over to Nelson. Turnover up front, but luckily Walsh was there to chop it out of the zone. It's going to be forced back in by Paul. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the third period. Sent over back to Paul, and he's going to try to get it in, but it's stolen there by Nessa. As Nessa pressured off, trying to find it up front to Nelson, and it's going to be wrapped around to Roberts, across to Hearn. Shoots, blockered away. Nice save there by Wernley. Hearn's going to walk it in now, tries another shot right up front, and then racing, unable to keep it in, was Roberts, but he was quick to get back on the puck, and now it's going to be Nelson trying to walk it in, and offsides on Kansas.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been John Feeney who got a little too eager just over that blue line before the puck got over the blue line. But yeah, I think this is situations that Kansas is comfortable with. obviously all momentum's against them, but they played in overtime before. They played in big games like this in terms of a big goal scoring and tied late in the game. So not out of their so it's not anything they haven't seen before.
As it's skittered out of the zone, Hearn right over to Barker, and it's sent back the other way, and it's going to be a rush here for the Mavericks. Huppy to Hoffman, shoots one, blockered away off the rebound, missing the net, and it'll be picked up by Barker. He left it for Gerber, and now Gerber's going to try to generate some speed. He'll cut to the right side, dropping it over to Duso, poked off the puck in the slot, and then Duso in the corner, able to send it back just out of the zone, and at neutral ice, it'll be Breyer with it. Duso able to chop it into the zone, just nearing the 3-minute mark. As it's going to be Hoffman walking it in on the right side, under the goal line, around the boards, over to Feeney, who tried to get it out. And it's thrown back to the corner, and Breyer will be right on it. Bank pass to Nessa. Nessa chops it up off the boards, right to Sachs in the neutral zone. It'll be sent in. So great play along the boards. Walsh trying to get the puck at his feet so the center can go in and help him out. Feeney left it for Nelson, and now Nelson's going to try to skate it up. He gets it over to Nessa. Nessa to Nelson, spinning around, trying to find the puck. And it's going to be chopped up into the air, knocked down by Feeney. Now over to Nelson. Nelson dropped it to Breyer. Breyer over to Hearn. Hearn playing it into the corner to Feeney, who tried to send it around the net. And it'll be held in by Breyer. And it's going to be poked out of the zone, and it'll be a rush here for the Mavericks. Cross ice over. O'Loughlin botched the pass there. That was intended for Zolek. And it's going to be a cross ice pass to Casiopo. Now a shot from the point by Paul, blocked up front by Breyer. Now it's going to be O'Loughlin on it. O'Loughlin tried a shot from an odd angle. Breyer picking it up. He's able to get it out of the zone. But the Mavericks get it right back at neutral ice. Shot right in, gloved aside by Miles. 1.5 minutes left to go. Now Barker up to Gerber, now to Duso. Critical time here as Duso was able to get it away. Just under 1.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. As it's thrown back into the zone. Thrown to center, intended for Gerber, but it goes right over to Williams, who got it to Fours. Shot back in. Now Hearn picking it up. Bank pass, intended for Gerber, right to Fours, cross to Williams. So just under 1 minute to go now. Breyer with it. The headman up to Gerber, as he's just quickly poked off the puck. Duso able to get onside, as he was able to waltz it in, quickly taken off. Now Sachs with it. As it's sent out, Roberts on it. Roberts over to Hearn to Duso, trying to play it up, and then Nelson winning that battle. Thrown to the corner, Wernley coming all the way out to play it, wraps it around the boards, held in by Roberts. Backhanded in. Under the goal line now. It's going to be a battle for it. Wernley will jump right on top in a stoppage with 19 seconds. And the biggest face-off of the game for Kansas right here.
To the left of Wernley, this is where they've liked to been shooting all game on his glove side. At least for this third period, they've been shooting on his glove side. So I think just a preferred spot to have the face-off if you are the Kansas Jayhawks. And I don't know if you want this game to go into overtime if you're Jayhawks. I think you just want to get out of here with a win as quickly as possible and not have to worry about sending this game.
So quickly, Juan over to Feeney. Cross to Hearn. Hearn through traffic, tipped up front by Nelson on the rebound. Feeney shoots, and it just misses the net there. 10 seconds left to go, and it'll be dumped down. And an icing here on the Mavericks with 5 seconds left on the clock. Still time to win a draw back and get a shot off.
Folks, if your heart's not pumping watching this right now, then I don't know what you're watching, but my heart is racing right now. This is coming back from a 2-goal deficit over the Mavericks, and we're now here looking into overtime potentially. This is Great game between two great teams.
And the draw won by Nelson, but it escapes the zone. And for the second time this season between the two teams, we are heading to overtime. It'll be sudden death, 5 minutes, and I believe it'll be 3-on-3. As if we don't have an overtime winner, it will result in a tie in the standings. However, they might do a shootout just for the pride aspect of winning, but either way.
Well, obviously Kansas 2-0 in overtime this year, one against Creighton, one against Omaha, both on home ice back in Independence. And I don't know, I'm hoping hope to hear "Let's go home, baby" call right now, because that's how you know Kansas won. If Gabe, in your final regular season game, what more of a storybook game could this be right here? A Kansas overtime winner to seal the deal.
So Dallas Baptist, back on October 5th, was the last time that the Mavericks have seen an overtime game. And that was a 3-2 loss where the Patriots took that one. And then, of course, the game right the next day where they came in to play Kansas at Kansas, that was also a 3-2 loss. So the three out on the ice for the Jayhawks, it'll be Nelson, Feeney, and Nessa.
The all-important opening draw game. Whoever gets this, they always typically say has a good chance at winning, and we'll see. Gabe, take it away. 5 minutes, your final regular season game. Let's
now,
get a good one.
Nelson has it, and he'll drop it off over to Nessa. Nessa leaving it for Feeney. It's going to be poked out of the zone, and it's going to be a foot race for the puck. Mercier going to provide the pressure there. And now Feeney with it. He'll get a head man up over to Nelson, and now Nelson's just going to walk it in. He's going to wait. Still with it, top of the circle. Nelson stops, waits, drags around. Shot save made by Wernley. Loose, picked up by Nessa. Now Nessa has it. He's under the goal line. The crossover to Nelson, unable to connect for a one-time opportunity. So Nelson will leave it for Feeney. Slowly, waiting, dropped it back. Nessa now shoots one on net, blockered away. And then a one-time shot up front by Feeney, and it's going to be a foot race for the puck. And then a great play there by Nelson. Lost control of it. It's going to be Feeney with it. Nelson having to gather his stick, and Feeney will drop it back over to Nessa to slow the play down. Nessa walks it in, has it on his backhand, forehand, shooting. Save made by Wernley. And it's going to be played around. Now Gerber holds the line, still has it to the captain, shoots just over the net. And now it'll be Kozel with it for the Mavericks, as he dropped it back over to Howell, and that allowed the change for the Mavericks now. As it's over to Fours. Fours is going to curl back behind his own net. As it's left for Hoffman. Hoffman's going to walk it up. He's going to generate speed on the right side. Stops, backhand pass over to Huppy, unable to connect. And now it's going to be a pass up over to Gerber. Gerber on the right side. He's going to stop right around the circle, do so, shoots it, just missing the net. Hearn picking up the rebound, trying to force it back behind the net now. And it's going to be left for Fours. 2:55 left to go here in overtime. As it's over, Fours dropping it back over to Hoffman. Skipped out of the zone, and now Fours was back on it. As it's going to be walked in there by Fours. Curling it back, short side shot, save made by Miles. He jumps on top of it, and a stoppage here with 2:33 left to go.
2 minutes and 28 seconds of uninterrupted hockey game. This is 3-on-3 hockey at its finest right here. Not too many stoppages, just the men going at it, and man, what a start to this overtime this has been. Great chances for both teams. Scoring chances, I would imagine, in a little bit of a favor in the Jayhawks and so far this overtime period, but overall, a lot of great action on both sides.
So the face-off won back over to Feeney. He'll play it off the boards, trying to get it over to Nelson. And now Nelson trying to kick it back up to himself, gets it over to Feeney, and the Jayhawks will walk it in. So Feeney up on that left side. He's going to draw it over to Nelson. Nelson shoots, save made by Wernley, and a whistle here with 2:15 left to go.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I got a feeling this is the time when Tyler Nelson takes over right here, where he shows his handles, he shows his skill set, just like he did last night on his second goal of this hat trick. I'm looking for some pretty Tyler Nelson moves here.
So a face-off win here by the Mavericks. Banked off, and it's going to be sent out to neutral ice where Nessa picks it up. An ill-advised pass goes a little too far, and now Kozel has it for the Mavericks. Kozel dropping it back over to Howell. Howell will get a headman up, intercepted there by Nessa, and he'll play it up over to Nelson, and Feeney's going to fly in with him. Over to Feeney, shoots, just missing the net there, and now Nelson picks it back up. Feeney again wide open up front, Wernley making the save, and Mercier has it now back behind his own net. Now it's going to be sent back around over to Howell, and then Howell will walk it out of the zone. That gets a change going for the Jayhawks. A minute and a half left to go here of overtime. Dropped it back to Kozel, to Mercier. Mercier with it again. They'll send it back up to Kozel, top of the point, as he's just going to slowly drag it around. Kozel with it. Passed over to Hoffman, back to Kozel. The Mavericks trying to set something up, and Duso able to interrupt that play. It's going to be taken away by Nessa. A headman pass up over to Gerber, and Gerber's going to walk it in. As he's able to make a move around Hoffman, Gerber shoots, save made by Wernley, and it's going to be over to Fours, and now the Mavericks have a chance. Under a minute to go, 48 seconds to be exact, and it's going to be skated up the ice by Fours. Fours, drop pass to Hoffman, walks it in right at the blue line, shooting, missing the net there on the rebound, picked up there by, I believe that's Casiopo. Casiopo saucer over to Fours. Fours drags it around, walking in. He's going to go under the goal line looking for a pass opportunity. Broken up there by Hearn. 20 seconds left to go. And it's going to be back up over to Fours. Fours shoots one, kicked away by Miles, sent to the corner. Now 15. Now Hoffman with it. He'll stop, he'll wait. 10 seconds left to go. Hoffman waiting over to Fours. Through traffic up front, Miles made the save. It's loose back behind the net. Casiopo on it, and that'll do it. So in the standings, it'll end in a tie, but I think we're going to try for a shootout.
Looks like both coaches right now, Willie for KU and Omaha's coach, are talking about exactly what they want to do, and refs talking too, but holy jumping, what an overtime period we had, Gabe. I mean, chances for both teams. Omaha with probably some of the best chances down in that last minute or so, right in front of Mitch Miles, and wait for Mitch to go to hold the fort and keep this game tied up.
So the shots after overtime are 41-39 in favor of Kansas.
Both goalies switching sides now. Mitch Miles and Kyle Wernley giving each other a little tap with their gloves and blockers because they both deserve it. They both deserve the credit keeping their teams in these games. I know they've each given up 7 goals, but in that overtime period, man, were they good.
So leading off for the Mavericks, it'll be number 14, Zach Hoffman. So Hoffman will slowly pick up the puck with his backhand as he enters the blue line now, just slowly moving in. Tries a forehand shot, missing the net there. And now leading off for the Jayhawks, it'll be number 24, John Feeney.
Great job by Mitch there, holding his fort, not getting fooled by any of the moves that Hoffman put on, because dang, did he put on some good moves. And Mitch staying in his crease, staying out front, standing strong, not letting anything get to him.
So it's going to be picked up there by Feeney as he's just going to slowly dangle his way in. Shoots and a kick save made by Wernley. So no score at the end of round 1.
Yeah, I don't know if John really knew what he wanted to do there until he just got there. Looks like he was trying to look for anything to open up, but Wernley staying strong there. John couldn't really do much with it.
So now Kozel for the Mavericks. Picking it up as he just enters the slot now. Slowly makes a shot and Miles stands tall. And now it'll be none other than Tyler Nelson. We know he's pretty crafty with the puck. We'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, if you watched the game last night, folks, you see what Tyler Nelson can do with that puck on his second goal.
Circles around the blue line, and then he'll quickly pick up the puck. He's going to generate some speed. Walking in, fans over, the puck shoots, and he scored. Actually, no, a save. It looked like it went past Wernley, but he was able to just kick it over in time.
Yeah, Tyler Nelson, first player to decide to go fast, and I like that change of pace there on Wernley, trying to catch him off guard.
So round 3 now. Mercier moving in, shoots, kick save made by Miles, and now it'll be Jack Gerber.
Great kick save there by Mitch, trying Mercier, Hoffman and Mercier, the two best players for Omaha, back to back, and great job by Miles to stand strong. Here comes Jack Gerber to try to win it for the Jayhawks.
So Gerber just goes straight down the middle, makes a nice move, and no good. So after 3 rounds, or 4 rather, no score. So for the top of the 4th round, the Mavericks will roll with 4s, as 4s will walk it in slowly. Off the backhand, and airmails that one.
Great job by Forrest there, changing the pace. Nelson did it by going fast on Wernley, and Forrest did it by trying to walk in and zigzag it on Mitch Miles. Great idea by him, but just missed the net. Had an open net, but missed it.
So the team captain right here has the game on his stick. He has 3 goals already, and he will look to send the Hawks home as he walks in, shoots, and just misses the net there. So heading in to round 5. It's going to be Ryan Huppy for the Mavericks.
No progress made so far, Gabe, and hopefully Mitch keeps it that way.
One of the seniors on the team. Miles standing at the top of the crease. Huppy slowly moves in off the backhand, kicked away by Miles. And now it'll be Luke Nessa. A chance to end it right here.
Yeah, Gabe, you see Mitch there getting out of his crease. Not afraid to make something happen. Yeah, getting out of his crease, standing strong, and that's what you got to do in shootouts.
So Nessa will pick it up. This will just slowly move his way in. A little leg kick there, and a big save made by Wernley.
Yeah, none of these guys so far have really tried to go up high with it. Stayed low for the most part. See maybe if that changes here on this attempt.
So it's going to be Howell moving in. Tries a shot off the post. And then you see Mitch Miles just skating right by, taps the post, saying thank you for that one. And now it'll be Hearn. Hearn had a goal earlier this morning, as he'll have a chance to end it. So Hearn, as he enters the zone, fakes it and lost control of it. And that'll knock the net off as well as we keep going.
I think the puck got on the side there on Blake Hearn. Hard to regain control of that puck, especially in a situation like this. You can't stop moving. You got to keep going forward in the shootout.
So now Sebastian Casiopo, as he'll wheel in. Just with speed moving in, got a little fancy there and not on net with his attempt. And now it'll be Travis Breyer, a freshman defenseman from Lockport, Illinois.
Looks like Cossiel will try to do a little Forsberg there almost, but either way, a freshman on a final regular season day for the seniors trying to send him home, the Jayhawks.
So Breyer slowly fakes a slap shot, backhand shot right to the glove of Wernley. And another round we go. This time it'll be Connor Zolek.
Well, I've lost track of what round we're in, Gabe, but either way, not much progress made so far. Great job by both these goalies.
So Zolek, as he just walks it in, waits, shoots, and he scores. So Michael Fantoni now, the man up for Kansas. A goal continues it, a save ends it. Fantoni, he's just going to walk it right in, slowly, patiently. Wait, shoots and he misses. And Omaha completes the comeback. And that will do it here from Baxter Arena. The final score, 8-7. A shootout winner for the Mavericks.
I mean, Gabe, not much more you can ask for Mitch Miles. His teammates going over to congratulate him. They know they got to get something in the back of the net after about 8 rounds or so of a shootout that was. And, yeah, that's not a minute at all. It was a great job of him to stand strong and just unlucky how it ended.
And that'll wrap things up. We will talk to you guys Friday, February 9th, as we'll be live from St. Louis, Missouri, as the Jayhawks will take on the Wash U Bears for Game 1 of the Mantra Conference playoffs. Again, Gabe Daniel alongside me today has been Ryan Cartman.